Hello, it's David Martin, and I wanted to tell you about the work we've been doing on a new Geograph mobile app in the spring of 2026. Looking back at Geograph discussion forums for many years and also the results of our user survey last autumn, it's very clear that we have many users who'd like Geograph to be easier to use on their phones. And we're very aware that many of our newer and younger users don't own cameras and all their photography is done on their phones. So there's a real risk that if we can't provide a better mobile experience, we will lose many future users before they even begin. Geograph really lends itself to use on modern phones. They're able to take great photographs, they're locationally aware, they can display the user's location on a map, and they can embed location in the photographs. For these reasons, our concept was to create a new app that was very simple to use and which focused on core Geograph functions, not attempting to reproduce all the complexity of the main website, but to work alongside it. And for that reason, Barry has been working very hard with a team of volunteer testers, and we've now submitted many hundreds of real Geograph photographs through the app and feel ready to share it with a wider audience. So what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like on my very ordinary mobile phone. So here we are on the home screen of my Samsung Android phone, a couple of years old, nothing special. Got the Geograph app installed, I'm going to run it, and this is what we usually see, these 6 main buttons. I'll talk about them in a moment, but also just to note, we've got a home button at top left, which always brings us back here, a menu down at bottom right, which allows us to control a few settings to customize the app a bit. You can contact the Geograph team, report a concern, review terms of service, kinds of things you would expect to find there. At top right, I've got a preview of my own profile and search function. This search at the moment returns results through the main website, but it is actually a new version of search. And then we've got these 6 main buttons. Looking across, we have a getting started guide. I shan't read that out to you, but it has some Q&A and information, for example, about how the app interacts with phone location, camera and files. It explains what happens on the main buttons, how they work. So there's quite a bit of reference information there. And then we have buttons which take us through the main functions of taking a photo, uploading it and submitting it, some interactive mapping, and I can see my own profile. And if I were just to take one photo, I wouldn't even have to come back here. I could just proceed to take it, upload it and submit it all in one go. It may well be that we take several photos and want to pause the process and resume it, which is why we've got them laid out separately. So the best way to show you what happens is going to be for us to take a walk and take a photo. So we've just taken a walk down the road with my phone, and I'm going to use it to take a photo. And remarkably, there's something interesting happened to take a photo of. So we go to the take photo screen. I'm going to rotate the phone because that's the way we're going to need to do this. And what's happened at the end of the footbridge is that a very large tree on the riverbank has fallen across the path. So we get the option to OK the photo that we've taken. Pause for a second, location will be added. I have the option to take another photo. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to return to the home screen. So also while we're outside with the phone, I'll show the interactive mapping. So that's much better to do when there's something to see. I was last looking at my own coverage map. You can zoom in, but obviously what we really want to know is where we are, and it will use the device location to take me to precisely the spot where we were standing at the end of the footbridge there with the fallen tree a few moments ago, within the tolerance of the GPS. And should we want to, we also have the option to take a photo directly from the map. We'll have that one. Maybe use that later. We could even proceed to upload. There's lots of additional functionality in here which I'm not showing, but you get the idea. So here we are back from our walk, and we're going to upload and submit one of those photos that we took. Now I could of course have proceeded to do that immediately while we were outdoors, but I showed you the map instead. So let's pick up the process here. This is the upload button. I can choose images from my phone. These could be images which we've taken outside the Geograph app, as long as we can access them. I'm just going to go for that one which was conveniently of the fallen tree that we found along the way. We get a preview of it. It's not warning me that it hasn't got geodata because I had location switched on. It's not warning me that it needs rotation because I turned it around and did it landscape. So we can upload that image. There it goes. Get a green tick and we can proceed straight away to submission. Now these are 3 images which I've uploaded, and it's asking me which one I want to submit. I'd just like to note that the picture of the mill there I took outside the Geograph app and without location, which is why it's not previewing a grid square. Could still use it, but I'd have to find the position on the map. Pictures which I took down the road in the New Forest a couple of days ago, and the one which you saw of the tree, location's known, and so the grid square is already shown to us. Let's pick up the one of the tree, go to the submission screen, and immediately our image location is there on the map because it's been picked up from the device. And as that tree was so close, I'm going to use the same location for the subject. I'll choose northeast or even northwest. Get down there as the direction. I need to give it a title. So the way that this works is that we can type some text into here. But you'll note that the useful location of the River Blackwater there is being picked up for me because it recognises the location from features on the map. I'm not going to type anything else in there at the moment. We need to choose some geographical contexts. I think we will go for woodland and path. Primary subject is clearly a tree here. And you'll see again that these are auto-completed once I start typing, so I could have the free fall tag fallen tree, it recognises that, and we can put footbridge as well, I guess would be sensible for that. And so we've now got our photo ready for submission. We're presented with a reminder about the Creative Commons license. Still need to accept that as usual. We could just abandon things at this point and return to the list without submitting. I'm going to agree. So we actually see the ID of my photo, and that's a real Geograph submission that you've just watched there. We'll go back to the home screen, and if we look at my profile, we'll see that in addition to my recent uploads, that recently taken photo that you watched is now pending, and this is just a different view of my actual Geograph profile. So everything here is working synced and in parallel with the main website. We'll return to the home screen. So I hope that gives you a little impression of the way in which the app can work. You can flip backwards and forwards between the app and the main website. You can flip back and forwards between using your camera and the phone. It doesn't matter at all. But if you do have the phone, it is a really nice experience, which I've really been getting to enjoy. So I hope you get to enjoy it too.